Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-Hawks. I said the K-Hawks, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collegeville High School as we get you ready for some varsity basketball action between the Collegeville K-Hawks and the Alton Redbirds. I am Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey will be on the other microphone here in just a little bit. And Miranda Rogers joining us on the camera here tonight for this varsity action. Before we get into the varsity game, we'll recap the junior varsity game in which the JVers won from Collegeville 55-26. The JVers are now a perfect 9-0 on the year as they had a 16-point game high from Matt Clark helping to secure that victory. So 9-0 for the JVers, and they're 7-0 in conference play. Now you're all caught up on the JV game. Let's welcome you in to our pregame show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collegeville. Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collegeville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road, or give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollegeville.com. K-Hawks come into this contest with a 4-4 record under Darren Lee in his 12th year as the K-Hawk head coach. Alton comes in looking for their first win. They are 0-5. That includes a 61-40 loss to these Collinsville Kahawks at Alton, and that opened up this truncated 2021 COVID-19 season. So Kahawks are also coming off of a victory last night over Madison, 74-30. Kahawks held the Trojans to single points in all quarters except for the first, when the Trojans scored 11. Madison scored 6 in the second, 7 in the third, and 6 in the fourth quarter. And as I mentioned, the Kahawks defeated the Redbirds 61-40 to open up this shortened season. That was back on the 6th of February. So we are almost to game time between Alton and Collinsville. We'll take our first break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, we'll pass on some more words of wisdom and some pertinent information for you as we continue here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, getting you ready for this varsity battle between Collinsville and Alton. Collinsville, as I mentioned, 4-4. Alton looking for their first win. They are 0-5 under their second-year head coach Dana Morgan. Went 13-23 last year. Or excuse me, 13-23 overall in his second year. 13-18 is what they went last year. As I mentioned again, these two teams met back in the 6th of February in that win for Collinsville, a 61-40 win. Trey Swaggart had 20 points to lead the way. He had 21 last night. Swaggart also led in rebounds in that game, so he led in the scoring department and the defensive department. Nate Hall had 12 points in that win, including 3 blocked shots. And Josh Chambers also had 3 blocked shots in that game. Kahok shot 51.1% from the floor in that win and 11 of 12 from the free throw line. They also hit 4 3-pointers out of 10 tries. They had 29 rebounds in that game. 23 of those were on the defensive board. But they only had 8 fouls, but they committed the turnover once again by 15. So just one little blemish on that game up in Alton. Otherwise, pretty good. On the other side, Dante Heron had 15 points for Alton in that loss. Jamarcus Gary and Kyle Hubbard both had 9, and they both led with 7 rebounds each for Alton in that game. Alton, they did not shoot very well from the floor. 51.1% for the Kahoks, 30.8% from the floor for Alton. They did hit 3 of 4 of their free throws and went 5 of 17 from beyond the 3-point side. They had 28 rebounds, so only 1 less rebound than Collinsville, but the disparity is 13 offensively and 15 defensively, and they just couldn't turn those into points. They also committed 16 fouls, so they had some foul trouble in that contest. Collinsville comes in scoring about 50.3 points per game while giving up 45.6 points per game. On the other side, Alton, they're scoring about 44 points a game, so only a 6-point difference in points scored per game on the two offenses. But on the defensive side, Alton in a little bit of trouble. They are 62 points per game they are giving up on the defensive side, so a big swing there, almost 17-point difference in what Collinsville gives up to what Alton gives up. So you are all caught up on some of the stuff that I know. What I do know is the starting lineups, and we'll pass those to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Just about ready for varsity action between Collinsville and Alton. Here are your starters. We'll begin with the Alton Redbirds. Jamarcus Gary, the 6'1" senior. Adrian Elliott Jr., the 6'2" junior. Lathan O'Quinn, the 6'3" senior. Izeal Brown, the 6'3" junior. And Jeremiah Van Zant, the 5'9" junior. For Collinsville, same starting five. Nate Hall, the 6'7" senior. Trey Swaggart, the 6'1" junior. Jackson Lee, the 6'1" senior. Caleb Ballinger, the 5'10" senior. And the final senior of the bunch, Josh Chambers, the 6'7" senior. JV boys won earlier on this floor, 55-26 to improve to 9-0. Just got word that the JV girls also won, as the girls are playing at Alton tonight. JV girls won their game 51-45, so 2 battles against Alton in the books and 2 wins. We'll see if the varsity squads for both sides can keep things going here, as this one is just about ready to tip off. Adrian Elliott into the backcourt, and he gets it to Van Zant. And bringing it up now is Elliott after getting it back. Over on the far side wing, Van Zant once again. He'll dribble his way from the sideline and back over here to Elliott. Elliott hands the ball off to Gary. Gary into the paint, kicks it back out. Here comes a three-point try. That one's a little too strong, and then it bounces all the way over the backboard off of the hands of Jeremiah Van Zant, and that is how this one gets going. That's right, that was a varsity win. The JV girls didn't play. Only varsity girls played. I remember seeing that memo. Thanks, Zach Roseman. See, even when Zach Roseman's not here, he's helping me out.
Zach's a great kid, Todd.
Yes, he is. Miss having him around, that's for sure. That is Dr. Chris McCluskey, the other voice over there that you heard. Miranda Rogers is on the camera with us tonight. Here's a give and go. Nate Hall's fouled, and the first points for Collinsville could be coming from the free throw line as Hall gets fouled going up to the basket for 2, and our first foul belongs to Jamarcus Gary.
Yeah, thanks for having me back in the booth tonight, Todd. Busy day there at Chiropractic Works. Took care of a lot of Kahok athletes today. Always a pleasure to be back in the booth with you.
Always a pleasure having you, sir. Here's Nate Hall, 9 of 17 from the free throw line this year. First one on the way, and that is how the scoring starts. 1-0 Collinsville.
Nate Hall put a little nice backspin. Looks like he's been working on that shot a little bit. Usually would throw up some knuckleballs, but I like the form on that first free throw.
Yeah, last night he got off to an 0-2 start. This time he gets off to a 2-2 start.
2 for 2, that's 100%. That's a great way to start.
Sure is. Inbound pass, and Collinsville putting on some backcourt pressure, but Alton's fast, and they broke that pressure, but almost turned it over in the corner. Brown saved it. Gets it out to Gary. Gary, the 6'1 senior, on the far sideline. backs it up, slows things up. We're 1 minute in. Collinsville leads 2-0. And a turnover. Trey Swaggart comes up with the loose ball. Swaggart with a head of steam all the way in off the glass for 2.
Coast to coast, baby, for number 2, Travion Swaggart.
Leading scorer in last night's game with 21. He scored 20 against this team back on February the 6th. Inbound pass comes in for Alton. That's Elliott. And he backs it on up for Gary. And Gary trying to break that press. He does so all the way into the paint. He tries to take it coast to coast, but Josh Chambers said, not in my house, baby. Smacks that ball away. Collinsville back on the offense. Here is Swaggart once again. Baseline. Kicks it out to Chambers. Top of the key for Hall. Thought about the 3. Ballinger will take the 3, and just a little bit too long. Hit the inside of the rim. Yeah, sure did.
Looked like a great shot. I tell you, this Gary young man, number 1 for Alton, is an athletic individual.
You ain't kidding there.
He looks like an NFL defensive back.
Sure does. Got the speed to go along with it, too.
Certainly.
Excuse me. Here's Van Zandt. Back out front we go now to Elliott. Elliott over on the far side for O'Quinn. O'Quinn, top of the key. Over onto the left wing now for Elliott. Back to Gary. Far side wing, Van Zandt.
Alton, showing a lot of patience. Good ball movement. Right back to Gary.
And in the paint, takes a shot, can't get it to go, pulls down his own rebound, puts it up, still can't get it to go. And this time the rebound will belong to Collinsville. And the Kahawks bring it up. Swaggart off the glass, no good, but he will go to the line for 2.
What a pass by the senior Nate Hall. Coming down the court, he throws a cross-court bounce pass through 2 Alton defenders to set Travion up for the layup attempt.
Swaggart at the free throw line, 29 of 47 on the year, good for 61.7%.
Looks like Travion might have turned an ankle. He's hobbling around the free throw line a hair bit.
Hopefully he'll be all right. Misses the first one.
He's calling. He needs a sub here.
Yeah. Travion, he's not going to take himself out of the game like that unless he is injured. But
no, he's going to shoot this free throw.
I think they were asking him if I don't see anybody taking off their warm-up jersey.
Somebody's going to have to.
Yeah, now Coach Lee motions to the bench, and it's going to be Kyle Moore who comes in. Travion still out there because of the miss. A rebound put up, and finally, after 2 rebounds, Nate Hall takes care of the 2 points. 6-0 in favor of Collinsville. Backcourt pressure being put on. Travion trying to run that off. Here is Gary, and that one's good for 2. And Alton is on the board.
Yeah, Travion's hurt. You're running 5-on-4. And, it was either call a timeout to get him out of the game or you're just going to have to wait for a dead ball. And unfortunately, the dead ball came on a 3-point try for the Alton Redbirds.
At the free throw line, Jamarcus Gary, 66.7%. Kirk Howard set to check in for Alton as they will make their first substitution after this shot by Gary, maybe. Trying to turn 2 into 3 is the 6'1 senior. And he misses. Rebound belongs to Nate Hall. Collinsville moves the ball up. Here is Ballinger. Ballinger over to Hall. Hall looks back and gets his instructions from head coach Darren Lee. And Hall thought about the 3, gives it up to Ballinger. Back over to Hall. Over on the far side for Moore, who hit a fair share of 3-pointers last night. No look. Jackson Lee was left all alone, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Another great dish by the senior Nate Hall. Little update off the court here. Trey Swaggart no longer being attended to by the trainer. It appears as if maybe he had a quadricep cramp. He's stretching himself out by the locker room. Hopefully he'll be able to return to play.
We have our mask timeout that's mandatory in each quarter, so we'll step aside as well. Back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Collinsville High School, I'm Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone, and Miranda Rogers on the camera for us here in this one. As Jackson Lee is at the free throw line getting ready to shoot two. Jackson on the year. If I'm reading this right, he has not taken a free throw shot this year. I find that hard to believe. Makes the first one.
Jackson's such an aggressive player. He fouls a lot. He just doesn't get fouled a lot. But glad to see him in his line. So far, he is 100%, folks.
Next one a little too strong, but he's there to pick up his own rebound. Collinsville kicks it out to Nate Hall. Hall in the corner. Looks baseline. That avenue's cut off. Here's Ballinger back over to Hall in front of the Alton bench. Far side for Moore. Into Jackson Lee. He'll pop it from just inside the perimeter, and he'll hit it.
Yeah, what a great hustle. You got to love a kid who gets his own missed free throw offensive rebound. That's tough to do.
Collinsville putting on some backcourt pressure. That one is knocked out of bounds. No, that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Nate Hall.
Nate Hall did the old
got the leg up there.
The old goalie kick. Collinsville, though, has great energy right now. They're playing cohesive. They're cheering each other on. Lots of energy. I like what I'm seeing out of these Kahawks.
Yeah, they just played last night, so hopefully that can last for a whole game. And remember correctly, if you were with us last night, got a bunch of the underclassmen in late to give the varsity team a little bit of a rest, knowing they had another game tonight.
Yeah, very smart move by Coach Darren Lee.
There's Jamarcus Gary. Gary hands the ball off to Elliott. We're halfway through quarter number one, 9-2 in favor of Collinsville. Back over to Gary. He'll launch a three from the right wing. That one's good. Smooth touch.
Boy, that's a big shot at 9-2. All of a sudden it's 9-5. You know, that could be a 5-point turnaround for Alton to keep them in the game.
Here is Kyle Moore. Outside now for Nate Hall. Moore for three. Answers.
Another big shot by number 5, the senior Kyle Moore, to give us a 7-point lead.
More backcourt pressure being put on by Collinsville. Ball carrier trying to get around Bollinger, and Bollinger is going to commit a foul, although he was just running right next to him, hip to hip.
I was waiting on that because he not only was he running, but he was hip checking him the whole time. I think that's an all right call. Looks like Kahawk alum Kevin Jones out there in the stripes on the referee crew tonight.
And you know what we have here? The Kahawk High School Marching Band is actually in attendance.
When I walked in and heard that noise, it felt like last year. It was
I know.
Awesome.
I saw them all getting ready to social distance up there in the bleachers and do their thing, and I was like, wow, there's the band.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Here's Elliott. He gives to Gary. Gary for another three. That one swishes all the way around. Rebound belongs to Ballinger for Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Ballinger on the far sideline. Gets it to Jackson Lee in the perimeter. Kicks it back out. And now top of the key for Nate Hall. Ballinger for three from way downtown. Oh, that one hits the inside of the rim as well. So Ballinger's 2 3-point shots were right on the money, just a tad too long. Gary dumps it off into the corner. Referee's not playing. And the ball is still.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you got to remember if it hits the referee.
Oh, no.
Hits the referee, ball's still alive.
I have never seen that in high school basketball.
Yeah.
The Alton guy passes it to the referee, bounces off. Collinsville doesn't know what to do. Alton picks it up, and now has a chance for a 3-point play. That's huge, Tom.
That is. Jackson Lee commits his second foul.
Oh, my. Brett Bourne wanted me to use the term, oh, my Lanta.
Oh, my Lanta.
And it applies on
that
this
one, apparently. Count the bucket for Gary, and now going up to turn it into 3, and he does.
Wow, incredible. Oh, well. That's what I love about sports. Just when you think you've seen it all, something happens you've never seen.
Jamarcus Gary has all 8 points on the board for Alton. Here is Ballinger to Nate Hall. Over to Ballinger, back to Hall. They'll play catch and now get Kyle Moore in on the action. Chambers, two-hand shovel pass underneath, out front, and back it goes to Chambers. Here's Nate Hall. Hall into the paint, off the glass. Weird angle, couldn't get it to go. Ballinger with the rebound. He gets knocked down, no call. Gets it to Lee, though, as Collinsville keeps the ball alive.
Yeah, Ballinger dribbling while he fell down. That was a heads-up play.
Yeah. Here's Hall again. Out front to Ballinger. Over to Moore. Kicking it back out. Hall for three. A little bit short on that one. Rebound into the corner. Picked up by Jackson Lee. Collinsville back with it. And then Chambers commits the first Collinsville turnover. Here is Jamarcus Gary. Gary moves the ball up. Got to get somebody else to score besides him or he's going to be tuckered.
Maybe time for the old box and one on Gary, huh?
Yeah. Isiel Brown almost throws the ball away. Lucky for him, his teammate O'Quinn was over there to catch the trash. Here's Van Zant. Back over to the far side for Gary. And back out front we'll go for O'Quinn. Elliott, top of the key for Van Zant.
Good news, Travion Swaggart coming back to check in the ball game for the Kahawks.
Over to O'Quinn. Out for Elliott. Dayton Horace also ready to check in for the first time.
Yeah, Dayton had some razzle-dazzle last night, Todd. He really showed his craftiness in this game here.
Second game in a row, he has not seen any varsity action, so apparently he's been moved full-time to the varsity squad. As Alton continues to chew up some time, here is Elliott over to Brown. We're down to the final 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. 12-8 in favor of Collinsville. Alton keeping it close.
Yeah, at this point in time, they'd probably be well advised to go for the last shot, but it doesn't look like they're going to do it.
On a shot that is a little bit off the mark, volleyed for a while, and eventually that rebound.
There's Mr. Gary.
Belongs to Alton, and Gary with 2 more points, and he's got all 10 on the board for Alton, so it's 12-10. Collinsville beating Jamarcus Gary.
No doubt.
Hall over to Ballinger. Free throw line for Chambers. Another try for Jackson. This one's a little too strong. And the rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds this time. Here is Gary all the way in. Kicks it back out for Elliott for 3. That's good.
Well, I got to tell you, Collinsville taking an 18-foot jump shot with 20 seconds left. Fairly ill-advised.
And at the buzzer, yes! Count it, he says. Nate Hall with a 3-point shot at the buzzer to give Collinsville back the lead just when they trailed by 1. 15-13 after 1 quarter of play. We'll take a timeout. We're back with quarter number 2 after this on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey, and Miranda Rogers. All with you from Virgil Fletcher. Well, a big 3-point shot hit at the buzzer by Nate Hall, or else Collinsville would have gone into this second quarter trailing by 1. It was 13-12, and Hall just let that out of his hands right before that buzzer.
Maybe. It's a good thing we don't have replay.
Yeah, I hear you there. Might be able to check it out on the old YouTube channel here real soon. 3-point shot by Moore. That one rattles but won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Alton. Travion Swaggart is back in there, looking like he didn't have a problem with that ankle at all. Into the corner, the rebound goes. Picked up by Kyle Moore, who gives to the aforementioned Trey Swaggart.
The Kahawks are a different team with Swaggart on the floor. Just his energy and poise and athleticism, that's for sure.
Dayton Horace back to where it came from and gets it right back. Now Matt Clark in there as well. He had a good game in the JV game as well. Moore for 3. Yes!
Well, he's got a nice left-handed stroke. And one thing's for sure, when he gets the ball beyond the arc, it's going up.
Most of the time, yeah.
You know, but his shot percentage says we're okay with that.
So, Van Zant backs it up to midcourt as everybody looks back at Dana Morgan, the head coach for Alton. He gives them the game plan. Let's see if they can execute. Gary hands the ball off to Elliott. Elliott over on the far side. That's Van Zant. Alton doesn't do a lot of substitutions. I think 7 guys played varsity ball so far this year for Alton. That's it, from what I can tell anyway. I could be wrong. Here's Gary off the glass. He's a one-man scoring machine over there, DeMarcus Gary is.
I would be surprised if that young man isn't a Division I athlete somewhere next year. Is he a senior?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Keep your eyes on that number 1, Mr. Gary. That's for sure. He's an impressive athlete.
Kyle Moore, far side back to Horace. Horace over to Swaggart into the corner for Hall. Hall back out front and then over onto the wing for Moore. Swaggart back to Moore, back to Swaggart. Inside to Darren Lee, and all over his back was Lathan O'Quinn, and O'Quinn will pick up his second foul. 4th team foul for the Redbirds. Collinsville has 3 up on the board in that category. Inbound pass will come from underneath the Kahok basket, offset right, and triggered by Nate Hall.
Here comes a substitute.
Here is Kirk Howard coming into the game.
It's nice to have a big 6'7" young man taking the ball out of bounds for Collinsville.
Devon Miller is not who I have for number 5. But that's what Mr. Chambers said down, or Chad Burgess said down there, so I'm going to go with that, I guess.
Kind of like the old thing, Bo knows, Chad knows.
Yeah. I didn't even have a Devon Miller in the JV game, so I don't even know where he came from.
Oh, come on.
Travel?
No, they called it a foul on Nate
No,
Hall.
did they really?
Said that he pushed off. Maybe he did. I don't know. But
Well, I wasn't watching. I was trying to find Mr. Miller on my JV squad, but I
was
didn't.
watching, but I didn't see it. But at any rate, here comes Alton on the press break.
And Van Zant gets it to Gary, and no surprise there. Gary's going to get the ball every time. Somebody's going to have to get on him. And now Collinsville will take themselves a timeout, so we'll step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we got a good game going on here. 18-17, 1-point lead belongs to Collinsville. I don't know what happened in that 61-40 season opening game at Alton, but this doesn't look like a 21-point game at all. Not yet, anyway. We'll see if things change as we move along. Here is Horace out front, top of the key, over to Moore. And into the corner, Hall. Hall steps back, takes a 3, and yes! Nothing but net for Nate Hall on that shot.
Yeah, nice triple by the senior Nate Hall. Here comes Alton. They're doing a great job of breaking the press. And here comes Mr. Gary.
I know. They're going to have to get 2 guys on him. Can they put 6 on the floor? I'm just kidding. Here's Elliott. Over on the far side, that's Van Zant. Top of the key for Gary. From the free throw line. Takes the shot off balance and everything. No good. Nothing but purple and white down there to take that rebound. And Collinsville brings it back up. 4:40 left to play here in this second quarter. Here is a 3-point shot from Horace. That was an air ball.
I think it got tipped.
I think it did too. Turnover at any result for Collinsville. Here's Gary just outside the lane. Going in for the block was Nate Hall. He got that while Hall had a hand in his face. 16 points already for Gary.
Is it too late to ask if he wants a transfer?
I hear you.
Kahoks or?
I don't think you're supposed to recruit in high school.
Oh.
But don't tell some teams that.
I was going to say. I'm not going to say anything out loud here.
Collinsville turns the ball over. Each team now with 3. And another three-point try on the way, and that one is good from Jeremiah Van Zant. We got three-pointers raining in all over the place from both sides.
Certainly do. That puts Alton up by 1 point. Here comes Collinsville.
Second time Alton's been up by one. Would have been up by one after one if it wasn't for that three-point buzzer beater by Nate Hall. And now Collinsville on the offense. Here's Swaggart, baseline move, and a blocking foul coming up, and Swaggart will go to the free throw line. And if trying to get up from the foul, his teammate didn't follow through on the pull-up, did he?
No, and the other guy tried to help him up. He said, no, thanks. I'll do it on my own.
Second foul against Izeal Brown, and we are under the 5-minute mark, so mask timeout is coming up. We will step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Trey Swaggart up at the free throw line, ready to shoot two after the mask timeout. Second foul on Izeal Brown, and Trey is 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He started off this game from the line, and he's figured it out. We're tied.
Yeah, good looking shot by Trey Swaggart. See if we can regain the lead with this next free throw attempt.
That is exactly what happens. Maybe he just needed that that ankle to take his mind off of his shooting woes from the free throw line, right?
Hopefully.
Inbound pass comes in from Gary to Elliott. Elliott trying to get around Bollinger. And Bollinger still all over Elliott, step for step. Over on the far side for Van Zant, yeah.
Stick-em defense, we used to call that.
Van Zant gets it to the top of the key for Brown.
You know, they're
Brown
looking for Gary.
to Gary. They just gave the ball to him. Gary, he has all kinds of speed, all
Charge.
kinds of strength, and he gets called for a charge, and now he has two fouls. So that's a 16 foul for the Redbirds, 2 for Gary, 2 for O'Quinn, and 2 for Brown.
Man, heads-up play by the senior. Nick Graff had his feet set. He knew Gary was coming. And I got to tell you, being willing to stand in front of this Mr. Gary coming down the lane takes some guts.
Sure does. I wouldn't do it, but that's why I don't play basketball.
He's a big, strong man.
Here is Moore into the corner for Swaggart. Swaggart directing some traffic, gives to Moore. But it's hard to communicate out there with a mask over your mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like Alton shifted to a 3-2 zone.
Graff with a three-point shot. No good. Rebound. Put back up. Wouldn't fall in for Swaggart. And now the ball's still on the ground. Out to Kyle Moore. Wide open for three. Yes!
In there. Atta baby! Hey, Trey Swaggart misses that. Falls down. Gets up. Still knocks the ball loose to set up that three-point try by the senior Kyle Moore.
Kyle Moore, now 3 3-pointers for Moore, 2 for Hall. Collinsville right now 5 of 8 from beyond the three-point stripe. Into the lane, a little floater, no good, and that one does everything but fall in. And Collinsville is going to pick up a foul. That'll be against Kyle Moore, his first, team 5th.
Well, we call that a flop in many sports. And Darren Lee threw his hands up. There was nobody around him. Well, when the young man went up, he flailed his arms and legs as if he got hit, and it drew the whistle.
Van Zant at the free throw line misses.
Sometimes the basketball gods will even those out, right?
That's right. 26-22, 4-point lead for Collinsville. Alton trying to pick up their first win of the year. They come in 0-5.
Like we got junior Matt Clark seeking some attention on the sideline. Bloody arm. Our athletic trainer Amanda Nethery Bauer does a great job, and she's taping up Mr. Clark so we can get him back in the game soon.
Here's Swaggart in the corner. Collinsville up by 3. Swaggart drives baseline. Dumps it off over into the far corner for Graff. Now to Hall. Hall dribbles his way out of the perimeter, gives it up to Moore. Back on the wing here for Bollinger, and back into the corner for Swaggart for 3. Yes!
Yeah. Trey was wide open the last time around, and Darren Lee was yelling at him, "Shoot the ball, Trey, shoot the ball." Well,
doesn't hurt.
He did it. He
yeah.
made it.
See, last night he came up to me right before the game, and he's like, "Man, dude," he said, "Duke, I just had some Taco Bell, man. I don't know if that was a good idea before a basketball game." And then he fires off for 20 points or 21 points. So he comes in tonight with McDonald's. I'm like, dude, don't you know you should stick with what brought you here?
Should have called me. I would have brought him Taco Bell.
If you ate Taco Bell last night, you had a great game, you eat Taco Bell again tonight. He's like, well, we'll see how this McDonald's treats me there, Mr. Duke.
Something tells me with Trey it doesn't matter what he eats.
Probably not. They're teenagers. They got iron cast stomachs anyway.
Right. Well, he's just an athlete.
Yeah.
The kid's unbelievable.
Elliott with the ball for Alton. We're down to the final minute 10 left in this first half. Collinsville up 29-23. And at the free throw line, Elliott once again over here on the deep wing to Brown, right in front of the scorer's table. Brown's another one of those thick kids for Alton. Looks like he can bust out of that uniform. And now 5-second rule.
Hey, give credit, senior Nate Hall credit there. He was up in the face of number 24, swiping at the ball. I thought he was going to steal it. Forces a 5-second call. That's huge with less than a minute left. Hopefully Collinsville plays for the last shot. Learn from the second quarter, right?
Yes. We're down to 50 seconds left in quarter number 2. Here is Bollinger with the ball for Collinsville. Over to Nick Graff. Graff back out to Bollinger. Back out this way for Moore. Free throw line. Turnaround shot for Hall. A little too strong. Rolled across the fat part of the iron, and the rebound belongs to Alton. They bring it back up with 35 seconds left. Here is Gary. Gary over to Elliott. Back over to Gary. Alton looks like they will be patient enough to play. Well, maybe not. Here's Gary into the paint. Takes the shot off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound is knocked out of bounds by Alton. Collinsville will get it back on the 5th Redbird turnover.
I've never seen so many possessions go back and forth with less than a minute to play in each quarter. It's incredible.
See, it's another one. Okay. My rosters were all wrong. So Stampley is number 0, not Teron Flemings, as the roster said. That's why anybody new comes in, man, I take off my ear set and listen to Mr. Burgess give me the ideas down there because I don't know. Apparently I didn't get the updated roster. Here's Swaggart. Moves in, 4 seconds off the glass. Good for 2.
Beautiful move on the baseline. Kisses it off the glass. That's going to do it for the first half here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium.
31-23 after 1 half of play. We will take a break. We'll add up the numbers in this first half, and we'll come back and pass all that information on to you next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Back here at the Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we are at halftime. 31-23 is our score. Collinsville with an 8-point lead. They led after one by 2 points, 15-13. They almost trailed after one, 13-12, but Nate Hall was credited for hitting a three-pointer at the buzzer, so Collinsville ended up taking the lead by 2. They added on to it with a 16-10 second quarter, and now the Kahawks lead by 8. Leading scorer in this game belongs to the team on the losing side. That would be Jamarcus Gary. He has already knocked down 16 points. After that, just 3 points for Adrian Elliott and 4 for Jeremiah Van Zant. That's all the scoring for Alton. For Collinsville, they are being led in points by Nate Hall's 10. Trey Swaggart and Kyle Moore both have 9 points, and Jackson Lee has 3. Other numbers look like this. Rebound action. Collinsville out rebounding Alton 12-6. Redbirds turned the ball over 5 times. Collinsville turned the ball over 3 times. And from the lines, Collinsville has hit 5 of 8 free throws, while Alton has hit 2 of 4. And the Kahawks are on fire from beyond the three-point stripe, hitting 6 of 9, while the Alton Redbirds have hit 3 of 5. JV boys won earlier here on this floor. They are now 9-0. The JV squad is 55-26 was the final score over the Alton Redbirds Junior Varsity Club. And the varsity girls were at Alton, and they won 51-45. No JV game at Alton this afternoon, just varsity. So Collinsville boys here are trying to make it a clean sweep of 3 games against Alton here on this Tuesday evening. That's a look at your first half numbers. We will take a break, come back. Second half action will be coming your way in just mere moments here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Back here at Collinsville High School, 31-23 is our score after halftime. And we're back for second half action. I am Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone, and Mrs. Miranda Rogers taking care of the camera duties here for us tonight. As Jamarcus Gary set to inbound once again, we're underway. Quarter number 3. Here is Adrian Elliott, who brings the ball up across the timeline. And over onto the wing, that is Van Zant. I'm guessing no relation to Leonard Skinnard. Elliott over on the far side. And that one is knocked out of bounds by Jackson Lee, but I don't know about that.
Man, I was just...
But he was right there, I wasn't.
I was just looking a little sideways. It looked like Jackson bounced it off number 2, but at any rate, that doesn't change what's actually happening.
Gary inbounds once again, does so to Van Zant. Back to Elliott at the Kahawk logo at midcourt. This way over to Van Zant once again. Out front, O'Quinn gets it to Elliott. Elliott, I'm guessing looking for, no, he's looking for Gary. Here's Brown. Out front now to O'Quinn. O'Quinn hands the ball over onto the far side wing for Elliott. Looks like Alton is being a little patient here, trying to figure out some offense until they give the ball to Gary. Then he moves 100 miles an hour even when he's just shuffling his feet.
Yeah, Collinsville made Alton force that shot. I like it. We played nice help side man defense, a lot of switching out on the perimeter, forced Gary to take an ill-advised shot, and results basically in a long turnover.
Nate Hall with it for Collinsville. Over to Bollinger, who gets it to Swaggart, baseline. No room there, being blocked off by O'Quinn. Swaggart out to Ballinger. In the slot now for Hall. Hall makes his move over onto the right wing. Now out front as Chambers comes out of the paint for a little bit. Swaggart for three from the far corner. That one skips but won't fall. Put back up, no good by Chambers. Didn't get enough on it. Gets another rebound, Chambers does. Kicks it back out to Hall. Here's Swaggart making another move. That one just a little bit too short. Swaggart gets his own rebound and then has it knocked out of his hands.
Gets his own rebound again. That's incredible after getting knocked down. Good ball
Timeout.
movement.
Timeout called by Dana Morgan, the head coach for Alton. He doesn't like what he sees right off the bat, so we'll step aside as well, and we are back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Back here at Collinsville High School. Collinsville and Alton in a good one here, 31-23. Haven't had any scoring yet. We're almost 2 minutes in to this third quarter. A little bit of history against Alton. Coach Lee versus the Redbirds is 10-13, 1-3 in the playoffs, so 11-16 overall. Coach Lee, by the way, won his first 6 games versus Alton when he got hired, and then Alton took control and rattled off about 6 wins of their own in 3 years. Here's a turnover, and they're going to turn it into points for Ballinger.
Hey, Alton had a breakaway layup. Travion Swaggart beats the Alton offensive player down the floor, picks his pocket, and we come the other way for a layup. That's incredible hustle.
33-23. Collinsville with a 10-point lead. Alton with the ball. Here is Elliott. Elliott backs up toward midcourt, fires a pass over to Van Zant. Van Zant back this way for O'Quinn. O'Quinn inside the right perimeter, gives the ball up for Elliott. Elliott will pull inside that perimeter, take the shot. It's a little too strong, and the rebound belongs to Trey Swaggart. Swaggart into the paint by himself, coast to coast, good for 2.
Baby, little Euro step, reverse dipsy-do. That puts Collinsville up by 12 points.
Here is Jamarcus Gary, 16 points he scored in the first half. Now out beyond the perimeter, he'll give it up to Brown. And Brown on the left wing. Back out toward the top of the key for O'Quinn. O'Quinn over on the far side, 3-point shot. That one misses everything except for the hands of Jackson Lee.
Yeah, Collinsville not allowing Alton to penetrate this half, and it's paying dividends for our Kahawks.
You know, I got an Izeal Brown on the floor, so don't be surprised if I make the mistake of calling Jackson Lee Jackson Brown at some point.
You go right ahead.
Here's Swaggart with another one, and that took a minute to fall in, but it does. Swaggart now with 13 points.
A lot of music references, Todd.
I'm a music guy, man.
I know, so
I got like 600 albums. I'm talking vinyl, kids. Vinyl.
Hey, my buddy Billy Hurst, a photographer for the St. Louis Cardinals, just opened up a vinyl shop up in Alton.
Did he? Oh, yeah, I know. I told my best friend who lives in Alton. I got him a turntable for Christmas.
Yeah.
And said, now you can start the whole craze, because I tell you what, me and my wife started about 4 years ago collecting albums. It's been a blast.
That's awesome.
It is. It makes us feel like teenagers again when you get that album, come home, and the only thing I can't do that I used to do as a teenager when I got my album is I can't sit crisscross applesauce on the floor anymore.
Here comes Collinsville on the offensive side of the court, up 14 points, 37-23.
We're halfway through quarter number 3. Jackson Lee with his patented 12-foot dump shot. Good for another one. And another timeout being called. by Coach Dana Morgan for his Alton Redbirds. It is a 30-second timeout, so we will step aside for that long as well. Back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gym. You know, I can tell when I forget to put my mask back over my mouth when I talk because it's not as muffled as it is now. But, you know, that's the world we live in right now. Hopefully, not for very much longer. I've gotten my 2 vaccines, got my last one on Thursday, so I'm off to bigger and better things.
Yeah, we're all ready to go back to some sense of normalcy, that's for sure.
Speaking of music, that's really what I miss the most is being able to go to a concert.
Live music,
yeah.
Yeah, actually, I agree.
I had tickets to go see the Black Crowes in August. That got canceled, so.
Just had a nice conversation with the Columbia College coach here. He's watching Nate Hall, which is exciting, and one of my friends, Dr. Kyle Bauer's son, plays for Columbia College, and he said, well, he's redshirting this year, and then he said, well, they're all redshirting.
They're all redshirting this year, yeah. We're all redshirting this year. I would like a do-over of my year that I missed as well. I'm sure everybody else would also. I miss having the fans in the stands, that's for sure. What do we got, about 15 of them over there maybe?
And don't get me started. We need people in this building, Todd.
I know. Jamarcus Gary inbounds and gets the ball right back. We're down to 3:40 left to play here in this third quarter. 39-23 so far. Alton being shut out in this third quarter. Here is Gary. Gary in the perimeter. Takes the shot. Can't get it to fall. Travion Swaggart with another rebound. And Collinsville brings the ball back up court. Over to Bollinger. Bollinger. Back outside, and then Caleb gets it right back. Over to Swaggart. They'll play catch for a while, and now they'll get Kyle Moore in on the fun. All this taking place outside the perimeter. Now inside the perimeter. Kicked it back out to Swaggart. Makes his move. Baseline, glass, points.
Man, I tell you what, you reverse the ball, and if Travion Swaggart gets one step on you, you're toast.
Mm-hmm. Here is Elliott. Fires a pass over here to Van Zant. Van Zant back to Elliott. He'll hand the ball. Tries to, but he travels. He was going to hand the ball off to Gary, but Swaggart got in the way, and that caused the feet to shuffle, and that's the 7th turnover for Alton.
Yeah, good pressure defense by Collinsville forces another Alton turnover. And if Alton doesn't be careful in this last 2.5 minutes, the Kahawks are going to run away with this ball game.
Bollinger brings it up across the timeline, and at the free throw line, it is Chambers. He'll just drop it once, throw it up there, no good, and the rebound belongs to Jamarcus Gary, and Gary gets it up, and there's a little transition points for Izeal Brown getting his first 2 points of this game, and the first 2 points of this third quarter comes with 2.5 minutes to play in quarter number 3, so Kahawks shutting out Alton for most of this quarter. Here's Swaggart, back to Bollinger, over to Moore. Now they get it to Jackson Lee. Lee, back to Bollinger. And we had 2 people at the free throw line. One of them got it. Here's Swaggart. Drives to the net once again. Rebound after the missed shot belongs to Alton. Here is Gary into the paint in front of the free throw line. Takes the shot off glass and rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Chambers. Fires it up to Bollinger. Bollinger over to Moore. Backs it up to Swaggart. Launches a 3-point shot. Good.
Yeah, I think Gary, for Alton's legs, are getting a little tired. I mean, he had to do so much in that first half. You can tell he just doesn't have everything in his shot right now, and Collinsville's taking advantage.
Swaggart now with 18 points, scored 20 in the game against Alton on February 6th, scored 21 last night, and now we're going to have a foul, and this one looks to go against Jackson Lee again. Or did it go? Just the ball just went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be an out of bounds. Alton gets the ball on the baseline. Alton's coach a little confused, just as we were.
Well, he said it was a blocked shot the referee did, was explaining it to Dana Morgan. Morgan and his Alton Redbirds looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-5 coming into this one. Here is Gary for 3 in front of his bench, and that's a little too court logo. makes his move and stops. Gives it up now for Chambers. Ballinger back to Kyle Moore. Kyle Moore at the midcourt stripe. Pulls it up, gives to Ballinger. Ballinger dumps it off to Chambers. Chambers with a move. Can't get it to finish, though. A couple of times that's happened with Chambers here tonight.
Good ball movement. He just has trouble getting the ball high off the glass.
Pesky rim gets in the way. Van Zandt over to Gary. Gary in front of his coach, Dana Morgan. Drives, took a couple of too few many steps, but didn't get called for it. Rebound all the way back out. Here is a three-point shot. That one's good for Adrian Elliott. That is his second three-point shot made tonight. And that's going to take us down to the final 5 seconds. Here comes Swaggart. Splits the defense in the paint. Takes the shot. Can't get it to go. And the whistle. And the man with the whistle says
over the back on Travion to try to get his own rebound.
His first. And 1.9 seconds now for Alton to do something with the ball as Byron Stampley will check back into the game. And we'll see if Alton can get anything off here with 1.9 seconds to play. Heave-ho, and that one falls just underneath the net. That's the way the third quarter comes to a close. We will take a break, and we'll come back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back here at Collinsville High School, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey and Miranda Rogers on the camera. A little bit more history between these two teams. Collinsville owns the best record versus Alton. 153 wins for Collinsville, 56 wins for Alton. Teams met for the first time in January of 1912 at Alton High School. Collinsville won, but there was no score on the old website. All we know is that Collinsville won. Here is a nice ball movement, and it ends up with Nate Hall. Hall's first points of the second half, and he now has 12.
Yeah, great move. Goes high off the glass. Oh, Collinsville fell asleep.
Woo! Isaiah Brown picks up 2 more points. He now has 4.
I think he came out of the bathroom and snuck in the baseline. Nobody knew he was there.
Here is Dayton Horace over to Jackson Lee. Lee will just take that shot once again, and the rebound belongs to Swaggart. He'll turn around, take it off the glass. Good for 2.
It's amazing, man. He seems to float up in the air an awful long time. He kind of shoots, double clutches, and go back off the glass.
So Swaggart now has 20 points. That matches the 20 that he had against Alton on February the 6th. 1 more point. He'll match last night's total. And here's Gary. Gary, high off the glass, couldn't get it to go, and a whistle will stop the action.
Be interested to hear who that foul's on. Oh, in the back. Okay, as I say, Dayton Horse was set up to take that charge. But I guess Trey got him from the backside.
Yeah, Nate Hall, they called that on.
Oh.
Hall picks up his second at the free throw line. Jamarcus Gary, he's 1 for 2 from there. All that coming in the first half. Gary's looking for his first points here in the second half after hitting 16 in the first half. And he does so from the free throw line. Devon Miller checking back into the game for Alton. 1 minute, 1 second expired here in this fourth quarter. Gary connects on both.
A little short, had a nice touch, and got the roll. Good for a bucket.
Swaggart brings the ball up court for Collinsville. over on the far side wing, and he'll give it up to Dayton Horace at midcourt, who gives to Kyle Moore, who tries to thread the needle to Nate Hall, but that pass is picked off. Collinsville commits their 5th turnover in this game. Here is Gary. He gets ripped off from behind, and that's the 8th turnover for Alton. A couple of Alton players are back in the backcourt. There's a 5-on-3 situation, and that turns into 2 more points for Swaggart. Now he has a season-high 22 points in this game. 50-32 in favor of Collinsville. Swaggart, by the way, leads the team in points with 139 coming in, averaging 17.4 per game. Here is Elliott.
Collinsville playing good pressure defense.
Brown gets the ball to Van Zant, who gets it back over and in for Brown.
I spoke too soon, didn't I, Tom?
Yeah, Brown was 6 points here in the second half. He didn't score any in the first half because Jamarcus Gary scored all the points. 50-34, put the wrong points on the wrong side. We fixed it. There's Jackson Lee. Lee into the corner for Kyle Moore. Moore, baseline, picks it up, gives to Nate Hall. Hall bluffs the 3 and then runs right into the knee of Jamarcus Gary for Collinsville's 6th turnover. And then Gary bowls over Dayton Horace and off the glass for a couple for DeMarcus Gary. And Gary now with 20 points himself and a timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout. So we'll just keep it right here for this one for now. And
there we go.
Talk about a little bit more history. We told you about that first matchup in 1912. The first game with a score was the following January, 1913, at Collinsville High School. Collinsville won 38-20. 1913, that was the first time there was a playoff-style tournament. It was called the District Tournament, and it was held in Carbondale. Collinsville lost to Alton in the second game, 35-28. That was on February 21st of 1913. Collinsville went 2-2 in that tournament, and as far as the conference record is concerned, Collinsville has a big edge in that one as well. 120 wins to 46 for Alton, and Collinsville is 75-17 all-time at home against Alton. Alton does a little better on their own court. Collinsville has won 78 of the matchups, and Alton has won 39. And all-time tournament action, Collinsville holds that one as well, 25-7 advantage.
Yeah, Alton Redbirds reminds me to give a special thanks out to our mayor, John Miller, and his wife, or I'm sure Diane at home watching the Collinsville Kahawks are huge supporters. I know they support the broadcast
Yes,
here.
they do.
And he brought me a hat in the office. It was a We the People since 1776 hat. And we're sure lucky to have Mayor Miller here at the helm in Collinsville.
We sure are. 5:17 left to play, 50-36. Our score, Collinsville in the lead. And we know we got Zach Roseman watching because he's commented. So as an old fan favorite, Lorenzo Zeladini is taking in tonight's game on the old YouTube channel. Nate Hall inbounds. Far side sideline. Does so to Jackson Lee, and Lee gives it right back to Hall. Hall at the midcourt circle. Gives it up for Ballinger. Ballinger dribbles right to where Hall just left, and now Ballinger makes his move just outside the lane, kicks it out to Hall, and Hall retreats all the way back to midcourt.
Collinsville content to play ball control. Number 24.
Yeah, that's Izeal Brown. He's a little.
Izeal is really fired up here, folks.
And he just committed his 3rd foul. And we are under 5 minutes, so it is time for a mask break, so we'll step aside as well. Back in a minute here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys' haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Back to action here at Collinsville. Kahawks playing some clock management. Here is Bollinger. Gets a pass from Nate Hall. We're down to 4:35 left to play here in this quarter, and Bollinger streaks in. Scores his 4th point of this game. Collinsville extends their lead to 52-36. And the the pass comes out under the wing for Van Zant. Over on the far side for Gary. He'll launch a 3 from way downtown. Misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Nate Hall, and then Nate Hall gets mugged from behind by Brown. Brown will pick up his 4th.
I'm not sure Brown's able to grab a hold of Nate Hall's arms like that. I think they're going to pull him out of the game real quick.
Yeah, that was a little bit more of your fragrant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm saying that. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir. Fragrance.
No, not smelling. Flagrant foul.
It smelled all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what. 4 minutes left to go here in this 4th quarter. There is Swagger. Dumps it off to Jackson Lee. Nobody covered him. Jackson Lee with the easiest 2 points he'll probably ever score.
Yeah, too much strong side pressure. They just left Jackson on the weak side, unattended, and he puts it off the glass for 2.
There is Elliott. Kicks it back outside, and now Gary drives, shoots, and scores.
My goodness. I think he took 2 steps from the free throw line, made it all the way to the hoop. Here comes Kyle Moore.
It's the foul, and he'll head to the line, and Kyle Moore scores something besides 3-point buckets, but he's got a chance to turn this one into a 3-pointer.
You know what they say, the old-fashioned way, before
That's
they
right.
had that arc painted on the outside of the half court.
First foul for Van Zant. Alton has 3 as a team. Collinsville with 2. Here is Kyle Moore at the free throw line, where he is 4 of 6 on the year. No good on that one. Jackson Lee picks up his 3rd foul, a little over the back call and the rebound. Well, Isiel Brown with his 4 fouls comes back in. If he latches onto somebody's arms like that again, he'll be headed to the showers early.
I think so.
Here is Elliott. Elliott dribbles and drives and hands the ball off. Does so to O'Quinn. O'Quinn then changes directions and takes a shot. Excuse me. Won't get it to go, but he'll head to the line.
We like to see good aggressive defense by the Kahawks, but, up as much as we are with 3:24 left, really the last thing you want to do is foul and stop the clock and put them on the line.
O'Quinn looking for his first points, and he's got them.
If you're going to give up 2 points, you'd rather have it done with the clock running as opposed to with the clock stopped. So hopefully Coach Darren Lee has relayed that message to our Kahawks.
And O'Quinn can't connect on the next one. There's Swaggart with the rebound. And Collinsville will bring it back up court with 3:15 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Here is Nate Hall. Hall will take it in himself, and he'll be fouled before he can do that. And Hall will head back to the free throw line.
Yeah, nice move to the bucket with those long legs out of that 6'7" frame. It doesn't take him long to get to the rim, does it, Todd?
No, it sure does not. That is the 3rd foul for Lathan O'Quinn. And Nate Hall back to the free throw line, where he is 2 for 2 in this game.
Looks like we've got number 24, the junior Dayton Horace, ready to check in the ball game.
First one good for Hall. Horace comes back in, and so does, Chambers is going to check back in at the next chance he can get. Horace takes the place of Kyle Moore. Chambers probably taking the place of Nate Hall. And second one's good. And that's exactly what happens. So Chambers back in, Hall to the bench. Alton brings the ball up. Gary picks it up, gives it to Van Zant. Van Zant will hand the ball off, and Elliott with it. Back to Van Zant. Now a handoff to O'Quinn, and O'Quinn takes it outside the lane, and a foul coming up against Collinsville again. We've had a lot of free throw shooters here in the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, we certainly have. And again, the last thing Collinsville wants to do is foul. I don't think Nick Graff, certainly wasn't playing too overzealous. I think he was surprised that they called the foul, but at any rate, number 4 is going to have a chance to make 2 buckets.
He already had that chance a minute ago, and he hit 1 of 2, and this time he'll have to hit the 1 of 2 on the back end. You're about Tiger Woods getting into a car accident today. Boy, that was all over the news when I got off work.
Yeah, supposedly he had to be extracted out of the car. Had some leg damage. Donald Trump even came on and gave a comment on it, which I thought was a little strange. But, hey, the news never surprises me anymore.
No, it sure doesn't. Missed on the second free throw. Collinsville gets the rebound. We just hope the best for Tiger Woods. I was looking forward to seeing him play in the Masters in April.
I know.
Here is Brown, and I don't know how he did that. He picked that ball off of his hip. Or Gary, excuse me, and a timeout called by Alton after they score to make it 58-41. We will step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back to action, and I was going to say a turnover by Ballinger, but it looks like he was probably fouled by Iziel Brown, and Iziel Brown is just fouled out of this game.
Yeah, I think that's it for him. That young man's full of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Records foul number 24, Iziel Brown. That's his 5th personal foul, 15th foul.
Well, if the microphone turned up during that last commercial break, I do that every once. I turned yours down, forgot to turn the whole thing down.
I'm glad mine was down. I was talking to Chad Burgess about PS5s at GameStop.
There you go. I was yelling at Keller for texting me to score the third quarter because I forgot to write it down. I'm sure that went over the air. You know what? If that's the worst thing I ever do in broadcasting, I'll be just fine.
You're good to go.
Here is Swaggart. Oh, what a nice dump off to Graff. Oh, Graff couldn't finish. Swaggart gets the rebound, puts it back up as he falls on top of Graff.
Trey Swaggart's got a magnet in the basketball that just goes in the hoop like Rodney Dangerfield on Caddyshack. With that fancy putter.
I liked his golf cart. That's fancy. Here is Elliott. Elliott tries to kick it off in the corner. That is blocked out perfectly by Caleb Bollinger. Bollinger will take it coast to coast and pick up his own rebound. And now outside to Horace, far side for Graff, over to Nate Hall. Collinsville could just chew up time on the clock if they wish.
Probably a good idea.
Here is Swaggart. Swaggart doesn't play like that, though. When he has the ball in his hands, he wants to score. Here he comes.
There he goes.
Into the paint, off the glass. Good for 2 more. Travion Swaggart now with 26 points in this game.
What a game for the young man. And when you're feeling it like that, who cares how much time's left? Let him take the ball. I think coach is going to get him out of the game here. No, he's going to leave him in there.
Yeah, he took him out last night right after he scored his 21st point.
Game, right?
Yeah. Lathan O'Quinn checking back into the game. Devin Davis and Matt Clark on the floor now for Collinsville. The JV squad, besides Graff and Swaggart. Swaggart at the line, turns that 2 into 3. And then Trey goes out of the game. Jackson Lee back in to take his place. And Travion Swaggart gets a nice hand and a handshake from his coach Lee.
Yeah, all of his teammates congratulating him on a heck of a night for that young man.
26 points, nothing to sneeze at. Here is Gary. Gary with the ball. Kicks it out on the wing for a 3-point shot for Van Zant. And now Collinsville pushes the ball back up court. Nick Graff dumps it off. Clark takes it into the hoop, and then he gets his legs rolled up on from behind, and a foul called against Alton, and the man who commits the foul is on the ground hurt. So, well, they're going to call it on Stampley, but on the ground is Lathan O'Quinn, and he's rolling around feeling a little injured, so Amanda Bauer will come out onto the floor, and we will take a timeout. We will be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business. Whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Lathan O'Quinn walks off under his own power, so nice to see. And that is the 7th team foul, but this was a shooting foul, so Matt Clark will have the one shot. He'll miss it. And Collinsville still stays out front by a score of 65-44. Into the corner it goes. Back out for Gary. Gary from the right wing takes the 3-point shot. That one misses everything and ends up out of bounds. Turns into the 10th turnover for Alton. And it looks like Collinsville is going to hold on and win this one, being up by 21 points, 56.4 seconds to go, and the Kahawks will improve to 5-4 on the year, and Alton will limp out of here at 0-6, looking for their first win, and they're going to hope that comes Thursday at East St. Louis is their next game. Collinsville will be at Belleville West. We'll be here as the girls will be taking on the Lady Maroons. That'll be Thursday night. Here is a nice move by Dayton Horace, and he swirls that one in for his first 2 points.
Yeah, Dayton has that acceleration on display like he had last night. This time instead of dishing, he finishes.
Elliott for 3 from way downtown off the glass where it meets the fat part of the rim, and no good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and with 20 seconds left, Collinsville will look to chew the clock. Unless they want to get young Mr. Alex Lorsback a point. Couldn't get him the point last night when everybody scored on the varsity roster, so we'll try again tonight, even though we're not to that point where everybody on the varsity roster has scored. That's not going to happen, though. Down to the final 5 seconds. Collinsville is going to win this one. Final score is going to be 67-44 as the clock expires. The Kahawks improve to 5-4, and we transition ourselves in to the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you very much there, Amanda. Appreciate it. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Located at 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. They have a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs. They're, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. Anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. 344-0404 is how you can get a hold of Cullip Jennings Florist or online at cullipjennings.com. 67-44 is our final score here as we transition into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show, which starts next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahawk Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service. Whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys' haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight, 67-44. They improve to 5-4. JV boys won earlier, 55-26. They improved to 9-0, and the varsity girls won at Alton tonight, 51-45. So the Collinsville Kahawks get the hat trick of games against Alton this evening. Final score here, 67-44. It was 15-13 after one quarter of play. Collinsville had the 2-point lead, but just barely, as Nate Hall hit a three-pointer at the buzzer. Our Collinsville was going to be down 13-12 after one quarter of play. A couple of one-point leads in that first quarter, and maybe a little bit in the second quarter as well. But the second quarter again belonged to Collinsville. They outscored Alton 13-5 and took a 31-23 8-point lead into the locker rooms at halftime. Collinsville then came out on fire once again after they put up 44-28 advantage, so that 8-point lead doubled to 16 points, and then the Kahawks put the clamps down and ended up adding about 7 more points onto that lead, and the final score was 67-44, a 23-point win for Collinsville. Leading scorer in this one, Trey Swaggart, 27 points on the night. A couple of his friends were in double digits as well. Nate Hall with 14, Kyle Moore with 11, 7 points for Jackson Lee, 4 for Caleb Ballinger, and then late in the game, Matt Clark and Dayton Horace got in on the action by scoring 2 points apiece. Jamarcus Gary was right there with Trey Swaggart the whole night, and Jamarcus Gary scored 24 points for his Alton Redbirds. He was the only one in double digits. 7 points for Jeremiah Van Zant, 6 for Izeal Brown, 3 for Adrian Elliott Jr., and 1 for Lathan O'Quinn. Rebound battle was won by Collinsville, 24-15. They owned the boards tonight, did Collinsville. Alton committed 10 turnovers, while Collinsville committed 6. And from the lines, Collinsville hit 8 of 13 free throws, while Alton had 4 of 10. And from the three-point stripe, Collinsville had a pretty good night there as well, hitting 7 of 11 three-point shots, while Alton, not too shabby themselves, hit 6 of 12 from beyond the three-point stripe. That is going to do it for us tonight here from Collinsville. We have the day off tomorrow. We're back here in this gym on Thursday for some girls basketball action as the Belleville West Maroons come to town to tussle with the Lady Kahawks. For everyone involved, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. Big thank you to Miranda Rogers filling in tonight for Andy Albertina as he couldn't be here. We appreciate everyone's help, and my name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday evening, everyone have a fantastic rest of this evening.